up, guys? So I finally have my coach and my boyfriend with me and my two dogs, Kitty and Buffy. And I really want this video to kind of highlight why I'm going through this process in this off season and why we are upping my calories and why I, as a competitor, am not able to stay stage lean or even within 5 to 7 pounds of being stage lean at this moment. So my feedback from the judges and from Sandy Williamson was that for any division I compete in, and if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, you know I competed in women's physique, figure, and bikini. I was told for any division that I do, even bikini, I needed to add more muscle. So that is what we are in the process of doing. That's kind of what I've been documenting, what you've been seeing on my videos, my check-ins every 2 weeks, all of that kind of stuff. So I wanted to bring my coach, my boyfriend on, IFBB Pro, 212 Pro, Ryan Walters, so he can kind of explain to you a little bit more about this process and what he's guiding me through to help me add more muscle.
Okay, no big words, no science. To add muscle, you've got to be in a calorie surplus. And as far as I know, nobody's come up with something where you can go, okay, I want all of these extra 500 calories that are supposed to help Casey build muscle. I want all of them to go to muscle. I want every calorie to go to muscle. If I could do that, I'd own an island and a tank, and that's where I'd be living. So now go to the flip side, pros that stay lean year round. They've already built so much muscle, and they're not being told that they need to get bigger. And let me use a bodybuilder, for example, Nick Walker. Nick Walker has built so much fat-free muscle, and it takes so much calories to maintain that every day. Like he probably has to take in 4,000, 5,000 calories just to maintain that physique. So for him to get quote-unquote fat or soft, he would basically have to quit working out and probably eat McDonald's every day. And it would take some time because of his metabolism and because of that muscle build. So when an amateur coming up, sometimes you have to take your body into an uncomfortable, unwanted look to get to that next level of muscularity.
Yeah. So,
like to gain muscle, surplus of calories. To lose body fat, deficit. That's the simplest. Now, can it get more complicated and on and on? Yes, it can. But that's the basic, bottom line.
Yeah. So that's why when I post my check-ins and my updates, you see my body, and it's kind of like a different change every time. So every time you've seen it, you've seen from like my post show. Every 2 weeks, I post those videos of me doing my check-ins with him. Like I'll check in with him and then I'll do a video to post on here. And you'll see my body fat percentage is going up, or it has gone up. I think we've kind of gotten to a point where at the moment, my weight has kind of stabilized. It's not necessarily gone up or down. I mean, it fluctuates every day depending on water, sodium, all of that kind of stuff, stress. But I'm hanging on between the 148, 150 range. And we've gotten to a pretty good amount of calories, wouldn't you say? I mean, we've slowly upped fats, we've upped carbs, We've slightly upped protein. He had taken protein up more kind of like in the middle of doing this than anything, and I felt overly full, so he kind of brought it back down on one of my meals and added in a little bit more fats. So we've just been slowly increasing my calories. That way my body fat doesn't explode, but also, you know, I'm still able to build the muscle that I need to build to kind of get me to where I want to be to reach my goals. So that's kind of what we've been doing, right? And I mean...
Now, granted, when I say sometimes you got to take your body into an uncomfortable position, I'm not saying gain 100 pounds over your...
My light went out. Keep going.
I'm not saying gain 100 pounds over, you know, I don't even know how to say it, but I'm not saying gain 100 pounds and then you got to lose 90 of it. That's not the route. Because what's going to happen is, say you gain 100 and then you've got to diet 20 weeks and you got to do 2 hours of cardio, you may only end up with a couple of pounds of muscle because you had to diet so hard and do so much cardio to get back down. So there's still a tiptoe fine line of how far you need to push.
And he's very open, and he told me, like, when I get to a point where I feel super uncomfortable, to tell him. He's not trying to push me to a place where I don't feel comfortable. Now, granted, I will say, like, in an off season, after you've seen yourself so lean, as a competitor, you have to realize that if you're going through a phase like I'm going through, where I'm having to put on body fat and put on muscle and increase my calories, you need to be okay with being at a higher body fat percentage. And it took me a long time to get there. And I told him I'm 100% okay with even pushing more, because I've been following my plan. I've been following my meals. I've been following my training. I've been following my cardio protocol. So my look is just different this year than it has been in past off seasons, where I've maybe not done cardio and followed the plan, or followed the plan 80%. And I've been like really trying to piece together as many consistent days as I can. And I think that's all that you can do in an off season. That's what you need to do in contest prep as well. But I think where most people fail isn't in a contest prep. I think it's in an off season, because they don't understand the importance of having to put on body fat to put on muscle.
The off season is where the improvements happen.
Yep. And I'll say last year was probably one of my best off seasons since my very first year, but it could have been better only because I was constantly sick last year with sinus infections. You're killing me, Buffy. With sinus infections, I mean, I was sick from September to pretty much June. So September of 2021 to June of 2022, when I started prep, I was literally sick every single month. And it seemed like almost every 2 weeks. Did it not?
Yes.
I've been trying to make sure that I stay on top of like my immune system stuff, because that's one place there where I failed last year. So I've been extremely consistent with taking my zinc, my Eldermune, my vitamin C, all that kind of stuff that I get from Jow. And I think that's one thing that has helped me this year. But it never fails, at some point I get a sinus infection. So to combat that time period, like I said, I'm trying to piece together as many good days as possible. So whenever that happens, hopefully it won't affect me as harshly as it would if I had been inconsistent the whole time. So I just wanted to bring him on and let him explain from a coach's point of view kind of what we're doing, and why you just, if you're looking to build muscle, you cannot stay lean or even close to contest ready while you're in an off season. There may be people that disagree with us, but that's how we do it, and it's worked. So anyway, guys, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna come back on here a little bit later and talk to you about a couple of other things, but at least I was finally able to get him on camera and our lives kind of meet together for a minute. So anyway, for now, goodbye from Buffy. Goodbye from Kitty. Bye-bye. Bye. All right, guys, so you just saw my kind of little sit down with Ryan. One thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is I have really not been taking care of myself, as in like body work. And while I was gone for Thanksgiving, I really like noticed it so badly. I don't know if it was the bed I was sleeping in or the travel, the food, I don't know, but my body was just hurting everywhere. So I went to Joint Chiropractic. If you don't know what the Joint is, you don't have to have insurance to go there. You pay a monthly fee, you get 4 sessions a month, and yeah, it's just kind of on a reoccurring subscription, and it's like $70. So like a year ago, I had joined there and I was doing like body work and I was like doing all this stuff. But to be honest with you guys, it's a lot to keep up with, especially if you have a job and a life that you live and you don't get paid to be a bodybuilder. So I had just kind of like fallen out of doing it. And while I was gone, I just really noticed how much I needed to start doing that again. So unfortunately, the 2 massage places, I was going to get a massage today. I just got back from the dentist, but my nose ring is crooked. I was going to get a massage after the dentist, and I didn't realize this, but like 3 of the places that I used to go to are all closed. Like, I mean, closed down. So I'm like, shit. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a salt bath twice a week and do body work on myself twice a week. I was trying to do it 3 days a week, and I think it was just too much for me. So I know it's Monday, but my days are going to be Mondays and Thursdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. So Mondays and Thursdays. So Saturdays, I'm going to go get adjusted. Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to do my salt bath and body work myself. So that is what I'm about to get ready to do. I'm going to be using Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. So I have 2 here. So I have relaxation, I have detoxifying and energizing. So I did have another one somewhere that was like lavender, I believe. But I think I'm going to do this one today. I'm not a big bath person, so this is going to be new for me. I take showers, not baths. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak in this bath for a little bit. I'm going to finish the bathing off, take my makeup off, all that kind of stuff. Do everything I would normally do. Then once I get out and I get all of my lotion and everything on, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to use the massage gun on myself. I also have some fascia blasters I'm going to use as well, and I'll show you guys that. One other thing I'm also going to start doing every morning is I found a 5-minute gua sha lymphatic draining video. So I have tools here that, again, I've not used, but I did this morning. So I'm going to try to do that actually every morning. So yeah, I may do it morning and night. I don't know. We're going to just try to get on a schedule, keep with it, and go from there. yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch base on that really quick, guys, and kind of let you know how things are going on that aspect. Just because I was just so like tight and sore and everything just was all bound up. After I got adjusted, I felt so much better, but still feel all this tightness and stuff all over my body. So I'm just going to try to do some stuff to help myself out here, because I'm not doing myself any favors by not getting any body work done. And I want to still have, you know, a long career within this industry. And if I do ever get my pro card, I do want to have a couple of years of competing underneath me. So I have to make sure I'm healthy in all aspects. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. I'm going to get in this bath and I will check back with you when I start to do my body work. All right, guys. So bath is done. I did not enjoy it. I don't like baths, but I did it. My body feels warmed up. So now I'm going to move on to the massage part. So let me tell you guys what all I have. So I have a massage gun. You can get it on Amazon. You can go to my storefront. Sliding down here. You can go to my storefront. I think this one was like 50 bucks. So I have this one, and I also have a mini one that is easy to travel with. I should have taken that with me to Alabama. I almost did, and I changed my mind last minute. I wish I would have. So we're going to be using this one today, and I like to use, where is it? There's a lot of different attachments. Oh, I like to use this attachment, mainly because it's wide, and it gets all across my legs, and like it fits perfectly, see, on like certain areas. But anytime you order these, it always comes with like a box that's got, now this has got additional attachments in it from another gun that I had a long time ago, but it's got just tons of attachments that you can use, right? So I have that, and then I also have Ashley Black Fascio Blaster. These are, to be honest with you, awesome products. I've used her since 2017. Like, this is the first one that I ever got, and I think this is like her OG. So this one, and there's a little knob somewhere. But these are the ones that I originally started with. And then I was like, I'm going to upgrade. So I upgraded, and there's all kinds of different ones in here now. So there's one that's got mini on there. There's this one, which you can attach these handheld ones to and get your back, which I'll probably need to do today. Or you can just use this on its own, right? And I have two of these handles. I think two. Is this? No. Oh, I also have another one of those. I bought this as a kit, and I just had extra. So, yeah. Really believe in these tools. They're really good. Yeah, here are my mini ones. So I have the Nugget to get any like really hard spaces out. The very small one, which you can use on your face. This is the upgraded Nugget. And it also came with another one, right? So, like I said, I bought this kind of backpack as a kit, and it had stuff in it, so I just combined. But I'm going to show you how I use these today. And I have an older video with some of these in there while I'm using it, which you can go back and probably find somewhere, or I'll try to link it below. And then also, I recently got a neck shiatsu massager. So you can put it on, rest your hands inside, and it can get your neck up high. You can put it down low. I've even put it like this before and done kind of my shoulder blades. So I have this as well. So I have plenty of tools to do my own recovery. It's just, it's so much easier when someone else does it and you don't have to put the work in to do it. So Anyway, so the oils that I use, I was using jojoba oil, but I'll be honest with you, this kind of like made my skin itch. So this is going to go in my bathroom to put on my hair, not on my skin. So I ended up getting this. Now, I also have a magnesium oil from Zhao, my sponsors, that I've used before too. But I've got it upstairs with my mini handheld because I went ahead and packed it because I'm taking it with me this time to Alabama to make sure that I stay on track. So I'm going to use this one. I have used this one before. It's really good. So yeah, that's what we're going with. I'm going to put this one up. And yeah, we're going to get started. And I'm going to show you guys how I do this. So here's how I'm going to break it down. I have underwear on, so I'm not going to, when I keep my robe on, I'm going to do 5 minutes per thigh, 2.5 per calf. I'm going to do a full 5 minutes on my core and my lower back, just kind of going around. And then I'm going to do 2.5 minutes on each arm and up through my traps. Okay? So that's what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to sit for a little bit with the neck massager on because I do get very tense in my traps. So, yeah, I'm going to video this for you guys. I'm going to get all oiled up, and we'll go from there. Oh, sorry, one thing. I said 5 minutes. I only do that if I'm using the handheld massager. Okay. If I'm using the tool, because this is vibrating and it goes at a lot faster pace, I go up and down each spot 10 times. So 10 times around for my leg, 10 on the other side. I go up and down my calves 10 times, up and down my calves 10 times, up and down my shoulders all around 10 times, and then up and down my neck. Same thing on this side. I don't know what that equals out to be, but I cut it down just because this is more intense than using this. Now, you can get intense with this. I have, like, really bruised myself with this before. But I am using the massage gun today. So, I don't know why I said 5 minutes per side, because I usually do that if I'm using, like, a handheld tool. But I don't do as long if I'm using the Theragun. Okay? So, side note on that. And you just kind of want to really lather it on. You want to be able, I don't want you guys to see me. You want to be able to really be able to move the gun around easily. All right, so here we go. You're going to turn it on. On. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Is this fucking, just kidding. I forget, this one's got an on-off down here, right? This turns, this goes up, and I take it all the way, as far as it'll go, right? And then I really go down on these legs. So it's 1 for me. Now I'm going to go back the other direction 10 times. Count that as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still feel like I need a little bit more, so I'm going to do a little more. Alright guys, that is it for that leg. Okay guys, I went ahead and finished both legs off camera, and I did my glutes. I said I went around my legs 10 times. I said that wrong, okay? So I went around my legs 10 times, but I do that 5 times total. So I go up and down 10 times around, but I do it for 5 cycles. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm still trying to get back on track for Thanksgiving, so just give me a break. So, all right, now we're off to calves. Calves are going to be really simple. I'm going to bring you guys down here to the bottom so you can see. Don't judge my floor. So, I'm going to put some oil on my calves. I'm going to do both calves because this isn't going to take long at all. Calves I'm not going to do for many cycles because they're a small muscle group. So, again, I've turned my Theragun on. It's on 20. I'm going to set it. Hold on. I think I got too much oil on it. Just kidding. I forgot. You have to hit the red button. Then I'm going to turn it all the way up. I'm going to go on these calves now. I'm going to start on the outside. And I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to stay on the inside for a minute. And I'm going to work my way back around. And then that's all I'm going to do for calves. All the way around until I get to my tibia. Yep. And then other side. I'm going to start from the back. You can see here. I'm going to work my way around to the side. Until I get to my shin. Work my way back around. Stay on here for a minute. I have no set time for this. And then I'm going to work my way back around. Stay below for a minute. Around to the side. And then I'm done with calves. Okay? So, from this point, I'm moving to arms. So I'm going to start with my shoulder. This shoulder right here. And I'm going to put a little up here because I'm going to do this all at the same time. And it says, it gets super greasy, so you got to just be sure to like wipe it off some. Because using your hands and stuff, you can keep some wet wipes around. I'm just being lazy today and I don't feel like doing it. So again, turning it all the way up. You can use whatever speed you want. Go over my neck some. Going back through here. Alright guys, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other arm, and then I'm going to sit with this shiatsu on my neck and back for a little bit. And that is it for my recovery today. This is what I plan on starting to do at least twice a week, at least with the massage part. And I do plan on getting adjusted every Saturday. So I will be getting regular adjustments and doing some body work at least twice a week. I really think I need it at this point. I've been able to overlook it at the past. I've started bodywork stuff, stayed consistent with it for like a month or two, and then stopped, and then not started back up. But I really think I need to get to it because, I mean, technically, I think I'll start prep in April. So, you know, this would give me a good 5 months of body work stuff, like being consistent with it. So December, January, February, March, April. And then if I continue it on into prep, then there you go. So I'm going to get this other side done, sit back here, and I'll chat with you guys in a minute. All right, guys. So here we are with this bad boy. This thing is great. It's just like super bulky, and you're supposed to like rest your arms in it so it pulls it down. So I'm gonna turn it on, and it's got this little heat one. See, you can see it going. So it really does feel good though. All right, guys. So you saw my talk with Ryan earlier and about how we're going about this off season, why we're doing the things that we do, and all that kind of stuff. I think it's really important to remember that if you are still an amateur, or if you just recently have gotten your pro card, if your feedback is you need to build more muscle, you may have to do what I am doing and get uncomfortable with going up in body fat percentage, okay? Now, I do this, I've done this every off season, but I've not been, I guess I have more intent this off season. Like, I know what I want this off season. Like, I did mini divisions this year. I was super happy with my competition season. Was I disappointed in my national level placings? Yeah, but all it did was make me want to come back better, because even with my off season last year, with me being sick and probably not able to string together as many consistent days as I would like, I still made so much progress. So I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, if I'm able to be almost 100% in this off season, say I can even be 95%, right? And the only 5% I'm off is during the holidays when I'm with my family. What progress could I make in that time frame? So that is my thought process, and that is what I am trying to do. These next 2 months are going to be slow months for me, training-wise, so I'm going to focus on taking care of myself. I'm going to focus on my suit business and trying to get that revved up for the competition season and get a lot of pre-made suits done. And that's just kind of where I'm at with things. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep chipping away, guys. Just keep chipping away. Every little bit I can, I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna make this my best off season yet. That way when I go into contest prep, hopefully there will be no doubt, and I can step on stage with full confidence that I'm yet again going to bring my best package to date. Now, whether or not that's going to equal out to a pro card, I don't know. I may be standing on stage with the next Miss Olympia. I don't know. But I am sure going to give it my all. And that's all I can do. So, anyway, guys, my next video will have a physique update for you. And I've got some other content I'm going to be sharing. So, there is that as well. But I wanted to at least get this video with Ryan done and ask him, you know, that question that I always get, that I don't think a lot of competitors or new competitors see or understand, that in your off season, you can't be contest shape. And if you see these Olympians that aren't very far from contest shape, it's because they've got very little things that they need to change. They've probably not been told that they need to put on more muscle or anything like that. Now, I could be wrong, but this is just my educated guess. That if you're at that level, at least for bikini, you're pretty close to where you need to be. And it's very like minor details of stuff that you need to change. So, for example, like Ashley Kaltwasser, if you watch her videos, she took like a 6 or 8 week mini off season to try to build her shoulders, meaning they revved her calories up and she focused hard on training shoulders. But she wasn't told she needed to put on muscle everywhere, right? I was told I needed to put on muscle everywhere. And you can't necessarily dictate where your calories go, right? If that was the case, it wouldn't have taken me so damn long to build just a tiny little shoulder cap. So just keep that in mind, women, with whatever sport that you're doing. If you want to improve and you want to get better, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and I will check back in with you in the next video.